ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां
मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवम्
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचारूरमर्दनम्
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दम्
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.
सत्यं वन्दे जगद्गुरु।
I will say the 12th shloka of 12th chapter, which will come maybe in a week or so. We'll reach there, right? श्रेयो हि ज्ञानम् अभ्यासात्
प्रेयो हि ज्ञानम् अभ्यासा
ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते
ज्ञानाध्यानम् विशिष्यते
ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः
ध्यानाकर्मफलत्यागः
त्यागात् शान्ति अनन्तरम्.
त्यागात् शान्ति अनन्तरम्.
Okay, now that is the path which we'll discuss in this chapter. But Bhagavan has given the path, like how the spiritual path, basically, we can say, right? So it starts from Abhyas and Shanti Anantaram. You get Shanti instant, but it strays for longer. हम लोगों की शांति थोड़ी सी temporary, and that's what the whole purpose of Adhyatmic sadhana or swadhyaya is, that Shanti stays with us forever. It's like that. And that's why we keep doing it again and again. Abhyasat. Abhyas iska karte raho. Chintan karte raho. Right. And then we'll say Arjun's Pratana, which is our Pratana. Right? Karpanya dosho upahat svabhavah
कार्पण्यदोषो उपहत् स्वभावः
prachami tvam dharma sammudha chetah
पृच्छामि त्वाधर्मसमूढचेता
yatsheyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme
यच्छ्रेयस्यानिश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam.
शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमा त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
Arjuna is saying, Bhagavan, I'm deluded, I'm confused. I mean, and I don't know which is the best path, best option, Shreya, at this point. So I come to you as your Shishya, Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. Guide my buddhi towards the right choice, Shreyas. And that's what our Pratana is. Because in life, look at this, like what is happening to our friends and family members. There are lots of things which are unfavorable, which we don't want, but things happen. And that's where we get disturbed. Disturbed in the sense, the peace of mind. And we are human beings, right? And that's what our pratana is. Bhagavan, guide us, keep us on the track, basically. So that's the pratana Arjuna, that's the pratana we have. And with that, we'll get into our 12th chapter. So we started last week, 12th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga. So last time we saw, like, because Arjun, we have seen that from 7th to 11th chapter, Bhagavan has talked about Bhagavan, not per se Krishna, but everything, whatever is Bhagavan, Bhagavan has talked about. In 11th chapter, he showed that his Vishwarup. So Arjuna has said, and now Arjuna is also, the questions are matured, right? Graduated questions. So Arjuna is asking that, obviously, there are, in our tradition, in many traditions in the world, there is always a debate about Sakar and Nirakar. Sakar means in form, which is manifested, and Nirakar means unmanifested. Because in 10th chapter, Bhagavan talked about that for example, I am Himalayan mountains, which is visible. You can see that. I am Ganga in rivers. You can see that. Then he says, Bhutanam Chetana Asmi. I am the consciousness. No, consciousness? You don't see consciousness. But Bhagavan says, I am that. So he is saying, I am manifest also and I am unmanifest also. So, like Aksharanam Omkar Asmi. Omkar is not, there is no manifestation. We have drawn Om, but there is no manifestation of Om. We have हम लोग बना लिया. So Arjun has the same question. Like suppose you have like two people who are, one is Sakar, second is Nirakar. Which one is, in your opinion, which is the word he has used, Uttama, means better or easier, we can say. But now again, this is Arjun's question. So a lot of people derive this, and which is fine. I mean, every scholar has a freedom to interpret the way they can interpret. But the Bhagwan Krishna didn't say that the question is wrong. He could have said that, but he responded in a way where both are satisfied. And because it's Arjun's question, it is not nothing is better. It is for you, Arjun, what is better it is. You decide. So I'll tell you both. And then so Sakar Nirakar. पर ये साकार निराकार का बहुत झगड़ा है भारत में भी अभी भी चलता रहता है आई नो आई लॉट ऑफ स्कॉलर्स दे कीप हमारे स्वामी जी लोग भी सो इट्स नेवर एंडिंग कैच 20 चिकन और एग वाला चक्कर है कि वो नेवर एंडिंग कि ये क्या है चिकन और एग यू कैन नॉट डिसाइड विच कम्स फर्स्ट राइट which is so same question. So there was this young boy, he's with his father sitting in a restaurant, in a dining room, and there are a couple of other his friends. They were arguing about this chicken or egg. This old man is listening, and they're arguing. Everybody has their argument, right? And you keep going on. So मुझे पूछा आप क्या बोलते हैं? तो he thought, but then he saw the next table people, they were ordering. So he heard that the two people in that table, one ordered omelette and second ordered chicken pakoda. So he said, I'm going to answer in few minutes. So they said, but he must be thinking. And after 5 minutes, when the server came, he said, no, I got the answer. He go, how did you get the answer? Well, yeah, chicken comes first. He said, how do you know? Because the chicken order was served first. He's like, तो उसने बोला कि इसलिए इस आर्ग्यूमेंट में पढ़ो मत कि ये साकार है कि निराकार है अर्जुन को भगवान ने इसलिए कहीं ये नहीं बोला इसमें घुमा के वो दोनों बता दिया भगवान ने एंड नाउ यू चूज राइट जो आपको अच्छा लगता है सो सेम आर्ग्यूमेंट द होल वर्ल्ड इज फाइटिंग ऑन दिस राइट आई मीन वी नो ऑल दीज वी डोंट टू गो इनटू डिटेल बट देयर इज अ बिल बोर्ड ऑन बैंक्सविल जैसे आपका लगा हुआ श्रीपाल जैसे यहाँ लगा हुआ है एंड वो इंटरफेथ वालों ने किसी ने लगाया था उसमें लिखा हुआ था कि प्रेयर्स ब्रिंग अस टुगेदर इंटरफेथ राइट अरे मैंने उसको पढ़ के रुका मैंने कहा यही तो झगड़ा हो रहा है प्रेयर्स आर मेकिंग अस फाइट विद ईच अदर यू आर सेइंग प्रेयर्स ब्रिंग अस टुगेदर दैट्स द होल फाइट राइट कि मेरी प्रेयर बढ़िया है या मेरी प्रेयर ठीक है आप भगवान को मानते हो आप नहीं मानते उसी का झगड़ा है सो भगवान इज वेरी क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज द की एंड दैट्स वेयर वेदांत stands out that Vedanta doesn't say this is or this is. Vedanta say get the understanding and then you will get your answer. Have the inquiry proper and get the understanding and the answer will come. So that is Vedanta. So recently I was like once we started this chapter and this chapter is Bhakti Yoga. The title Bhakti Yoga हमारे आचार्य ने दिया भगवान ने यहाँ पर कहीं ऐसा भक्ति योग नहीं बोला है भगवान क्योंकि फंडामेंटली गीता में तो सेकंड एंड थर्ड चैप्टर में भगवान ने जो बताना था बता दिया देर इज अ ज्ञान सांख्य देर इज अ कर्म एंड फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस ह्यूमन बीइंग लाइक वी आर ऑल फैमिली पीपल वी हैव टू थिंग्स देर इज अ ज्ञान विच इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग और सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन कह लो या इन जनरल मटीरियल नॉलेज कह लो एंड देर इज अ कर्म देर इज अ ड्यूटी दैट्स इट नॉट 12th चैप्टर में आगे भगवान हैज ब्रॉट दिस टॉपिक भक्ति because and now we'll know after this chapter that without that last time I was talking about कि वो जब कपड़े बहुत गंदे हो जाते हैं तो we have to soak in the dishwasher if you there is an option in this soak because it will need some time so bhakti is like soaking our consciousness into that adrata is because that is needed the ras and bhakti is that so we'll see in this chapter. So if we go back to भक्ति हमारे पुराने शास्त्रों में भक्ति कहीं नहीं है इवन वेद में भी आप पढ़ेंगे तो भक्ति उपासना की बात आती है, भक्ति की बात है, जो भक्ति हम अभी पढ़ते हैं. That movement started around 12th century in India, and there was a reason. And I was just analyzing. I was making some notes, very interesting things. I mean, I figured out. I mean, I enjoyed that. Wow. See, 12th century, around that time, Bharat mein, society was kind of a disarray, and people were confused about the rituals, and there are sections of scholars. And ऐसा नहीं था कि literature नहीं था. Literature was there, but there was some kind of confusion because some people were literate, some are not, different class of the society. And that time, some acharyas like Ramanujacharya, Vallabhacharya, they realized that, oh, some people are missing in this, the whole movement. So they came up, and then there were in Tamil Nadu, there are Alvars, and there are other people who were composing songs. Like बाद में तो त्यागराज वगैरह भी है, सेम परंपरा. Nayanars, Alvars, and they were composing songs in the praise of भगवान. उसके पहले हमारे यहाँ जो होता था, बड़ी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पूजा होती थी. They came up with some emotions into that. And that's where the bhakti movement started, and more people started joining, because the section of the society which are not, maybe Sanskrit nahi padha, ya they may not be thinking that way. Those people started getting involved, and so across the cross section of the society, everybody got the flavor of some divinity. And that's where bhakti movement started. And then, of course, not only it started from South India, but then Maharashtra, Gujarat, North, everywhere bhakti movement. Like in Maharashtra, Namdev, and in Gyandev, and then, of course, Gujarat, Narsi Mehta, and Kabir, Meera, all these people, Tulsi, Nanak, they were all part of bhakti movement. And it went on for like 500-600 years. So when I was I knew all these things, but I was thinking, and then immediately I did some research on Bhakti, and we know that Bhakti movement in America. Look at that, Prabhupada. He came in 1965, this century, and his guru told him that you have to go, and that was a time where the World War just finished, two World War, and America was in kind of because of that Vietnam and hippie movement was going on. So I'm sure he didn't come for the hippie movement, but that's why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharat abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatman naam srajamyaham. कैसे आऊँगा ये भगवान ने बदली किसी रूप में. So Prabhupada came and it is very interesting story if you have not read it. There's a movie on that. At the age of 70, he came to America by ship without money, nothing. He just came alone. Just because Guruji said that go and spread the message of bhakti to people who need. So probably he realized America, because there was a lot of movement in America in 60s. So he came, he established, and there's a whole history now. He was in New York and San Francisco, and all the hippie people started joining him. And he said, just chant Hare Krishna. And later on, when these people were like cut off from the society, youth in America at that time, but music was very prevalent. Look at this is how divinity works. Prabhupada didn't have that goal कि मैं वहाँ जाके इन्हीं लोगों को पकड़ूंगा. But yeah, he came. But because people were too much into music that time, and he came up with the idea of bhajan, and it like worked together, and a lot of people joined that movement. And then later on, he translated Bhagavad Gita and other things. And people started. So initially, the movement was only bhajan and just like lifestyle divine, sattva gun जिसे कहते हैं ना, vegetarian diet and all the good habits, and probably it elevated people. And then a lot of scholars joined. So these days I know there are white people, a good friend of mine, like they come to HMEC or another programs, and they joined Prabhupada movement when they were very young. Stephen Knapp, if you don't know, he has a website. He's a good friend of mine. तो मैंने उनको पूछा है दो तीन लोगों को पूछा है, mostly they are white people, non-Hindus. Why did you join this movement? And they are like still practicing. They say because there were no answers that time. There was so much of confusion, like karpanya dosho upahat sabhava prachhami tvam dharma sammudajeta. We were all deluded. We're looking for answer. And somehow we found answer in Prabhupada's teaching. And Prabhupada only did bhajan, Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita. That's it. थोड़ा बहुत इधर ऐड करते थे, but majority of his tools were this bhajan, Srimad Bhagavat, and then Bhagavad Gita. That's it. And so he says, Stephen Knapp, Nandanand Das now, he says because of the bhajan and Bhagavad Gita, I joined this movement still. And there are a lot of now. I mean, there are scholars now. They're writing books. So look at this bhakti movement. We started 1200 years ago, came to America. And now from America, it has gone to almost 100 countries now. More than 100 countries. ISKCON movement is, I mean, they are doing a lot of good work and spreading. So one person came with his Guruji's Adesh to America, Prabhupada. उनका नाम भी है भक्ति वेदांत. उनका नाम भी जो he got sannyas, उनके गुरुजी ने भक्ति वेदांत. So say the sar of Vedant is bhakti. That's why his name was given Bhakti Vedant, because the essence of Vedant is bhakti. So his name is Bhakti Vedant. That's AC Bhakti Vedant. Abhay Charan Arvind Bhakti Vedant, like pura AC Bhakti Vedant. But look, this Bhakti movement came all the way to America and now still there. And a lot of followers, like Indians and non-Indians. The only tradition in the world, I can say, like, which has people followed, people became part of it without any conversion activity. Nobody told them. Just bhojan ho raha hai, aao. Steve Jobs' famous speech, which he gave in Stanford in 780s or something like that. Very famous speech which says, stay hungry, stay foolish, Stanford. In the speech, he says that when I was young, I used to go to Arizona ISKCON temple to enjoy the vegetarian food. And he very clearly says that Krishna temple to vegetarian food. So the food, so Prabhupada's good part was that he made sure that forget about the tradition ki puja kaise karna, let's focus on the lifestyle and bhajan. Rest everything will fall in place. So he said rituals secondary. First, you start enjoying, and that is bhakti. So I was seeing, look at this bhakti movement, kahan se kahan aa gaya. And still people are enjoying. So that's what this chapter, like for example, Tulsidas ji. So a lot of people say that, oh, bhakti means there is nothing about gyan. There is no demarcation of bhakti or gyan or karma Gita mein. Bhagwan ne kahin nahi bola. People say, oh, the people who are jnani, they cannot be bhakti yogi. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Tulsidas ji was one of the genius of, I can say, in 1,000 years. Tulsidas ji ने जो create किया, it is a genius. The work he has done, Ramcharitmanas, many other. But he was like a scholar of Sanskrit and genius, but he was a bhakt. And the example is that in Valmiki Ramayana, Bhagwan Ram meets Tulsi. And there is a small like 5 श्लोक हैं तुलसी शबरी शबरी से मिलते हैं तो 5 श्लोक हैं, शबरी से मिले हो गया. तुलसीदास जी ने रामचरितमानस में नवधा भक्ति डिफाइन करी कि शबरी ने पूछा कि नवधा भक्ति क्या है, तो ही डिफाइंड प्रथम भक्ति संतन कर संगा, लाइक सत्संग इज फर्स्ट एंड स्वाध्याय, देन गुरु की आज्ञा एंड ऑल दो संतोष, ही डिफाइंड. ये तुलसीदास जी का अपना क्रिएशन है. भगवान, क्योंकि वाल्मीकि रामायण में नहीं है इसका मतलब, बट दैट मीन्स भक्त, क्योंकि उनका फोकस भक्त था. ही वॉज अ भक्त ऑफ राम जी. सो इट इज ऑल like it's a mixture. I always say it's a mixture of everything. It is not. So that's what this chapter is. So last time we saw up to 4th shlok in which Bhagwan's we'll just read 3 and 4 to go together. So we just read very quickly 3 and 4 and then jump to the next one, right? Yetu aksharam anirdesham avyaktam paryupasate सर्वत्र गम चिंत्यम च कूटस्थम अचलम ध्रुवम सन्नियम इंद्रिय ग्रामम सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूत हिते रताः.
परंतु जो पुरुष इंद्रियों के समुदाय को भली प्रकार वश में करके मन बुद्धि से परे सर्वव्यापी अकथनीय स्वरूप और सदा एक रस रहने वाले नित्य अचल निराकार अविनाशी सच्चिदानंद ब्रह्म को निरंतर एक ही भाव से ध्यान करते हुए भजते हैं, वे संपूर्ण भूतों के हित में रत और सब में समान भाव वाले योगी मुझको ही प्राप्त होते हैं.
Those indeed who worship the imperishable, indefinable, unmanifest, omnipresent, unthinkable, unchanging, immovable, and eternal, having well restrained the group of senses, regarding everything equally, rejoicing in the welfare of all beings, they also reach me.
Yeah, so in previous slok mein he said the people who do Sagan Upasana, I treat them, but here says they are also. So both are there. So he says don't get into that. Sagun or Arjun ko bhi na bhulao. He just figure out what is good for you. You can do Balkrishna Upasana, you can do Chakradhari Krishna Upasana, or you do just Nirgun Upasana. Krishna, you can, I mean, close eyes and think it is Krishna. It's like that. So, but the key word he says, the people who are devotees, Bhakt, Sarva Bhutite Ratah. They're always thinking of well-being of all. Sarvabhut means all. It's like not interfaith. कि मेरे अच्छे हैं, I'll accept you too. No, it is nothing about accepting others. There is no, it's everybody is same. Then there is no acceptance. Like अभी हमारे इसमें acceptance है कि oh I accept you, you're different. Here is a सर्वभूतिते रहता. That we talked about compassion. The भक्त जो है वो compassionate, vitamin G, gratitude. He or she has gratitude for everything, and that is bhakt. So Bhagavan says, of course, they may think of nirgun or niraka or unmanifest, but they also come to me. So both are same. So with that, we'll go to next slok, which is little expansion of fourth, right? Klesho adhiktarastesham
क्लेशो अधिकरस्तेषाम्
अव्यक्तासक्त चेतसाम
अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम्
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम
अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम्
देहवद्भिरवाप्यते.
देहवद्भिर्माप्यते। उस उन सच्चिदानंद का निराकार ब्रह्म में आसक्त चित्त वाले पुरुषों के साधन में परिश्रम विशेष है, क्योंकि देहाभिमानियों द्वारा अव्यक्त विषय गति दुख पूर्वक प्राप्त की जाती है।
Greater is their difficulty whose minds are set on the unmanifest. For the goal, the unmanifest is hard for the embodied to reach.
Yeah, so now he is saying it's very simple thing. Bhagavan is saying because unmanifest is little difficult for dehavadbir, because we are body oriented people, because we are in body. So we always think इसलिए unmanifest is difficult for them. Like जैसे किसी बच्चे को अगर आप, we all go through the alphabet. So A is in apple, B is in boy, C is in cat. But छोटे बच्चों को अभी how do you say make a sentence? And then but now I make a sentence, I don't go back to the A is for apple because we had to graduate. So initially, so Bhagavan says कि जो unmanifest को थोड़ा सा difficult होता है because we are focused on body. So I think भगवान भी मेरे जैसे ही होंगे. Is like that. Because मुझे भूख लगती है तो भगवान को भी भूख लगती होगी. So that's what our पूजा comes कि वो भगवान को प्रसाद चढ़ा रहे हैं, स्नान करा रहे हैं. So because it is very difficult, as I always say that किसी को बोलो कि आधा घंटा आंख बंद करके बैठना है, very tough. बट आधा घंटा कुछ मजीरा बजाना है, कुछ नाचना है, कोई कृष्ण सामने है या यज्ञ करना है, वो बच्चे नहीं, हम लोग यज्ञ करते हैं तो उनको बड़ा मजा आता है. वो कुछ घी डाल रहे हैं, कुछ कर रहे हैं, समथिंग इज हैपनिंग. सो समथिंग विच इज मैनिफेस्टेड, अग्नि है उसमें कुछ घी डाल रहे हैं. सो दैट्स भगवान से कि जो लोग दोज हु अनमैनिफेस्ट, उनके लिए थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट रहता है. बट not necessarily it is not possible. Actually we should graduate, otherwise हम लोग उसी में उलझे रह जाते हैं. And then we all know that, right? The spiritual progress may not be there. So we have to eventually graduate to, that's what in our Shastra term we say that सगुण उपासना, निर्गुण उपासना, और अनेक रूप ईश्वर और एक रूप ईश्वर और अरूप ईश्वर. अरूप means there is nothing, like just that's the goal, because Bhagavan has said that I'm in everything. Sarva bhuteshu tishthanam. I'm in everything. So you don't have to imagine in one thing. That's what, so he's saying little difficult because हम लोग बार बार शरीर पे मन जाता है and we are focused on शरीर. So it's difficult to think कि बिना शरीर के भगवान कैसे होंगे? इट्स लाइक दैट. Well, there is a in the class, teacher was asking about kids were doing some drawing and everything, and teacher said, "Do you know God?" And the kid said, "No." Some kids say, "I don't know." The one little kid said, "Yeah, I know." And she said, "But have you seen?" She said, "You will also see." What do you mean by you? I'm drawing. In wait few minutes you will see the God. And she drew a. He is the God. तो ये आपकी कल्पना है, राइट? बिकॉज छोटे बच्चे को आप क्या बोलेंगे कि गॉड इज लाइक ए ब्लैंक पेपर, कुछ तो बनाना उसको, समथिंग शी और ही विल मेक, एंड देन दिस इज गॉड. सो इट इज लाइक दैट. सो विद भगवान सेज कि थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है, बट लेकिन आगे के श्लोक में ही जस्ट गिव सम ऑप्शंस आल्सो. तो अगर नहीं डिफिकल्ट है तो क्या करना, दैट दोज ऑप्शंस विल कम इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू श्लोक, राइट? 6 श्लोक, राइट? ये तो सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्पराः अनन्येन अनन्येनैव योगेन
अनन्येनैव योगेन
माम ध्यायन्त उपासते.
माम ध्यायन्त उपासते. परंतु जो मेरे परायण रहने वाले भक्तजन संपूर्ण कर्मों में मुझ में अर्पण करके मुझ सगुण रूप परमेश्वर को ही अनन्य भक्ति योग से निरंतर चिंतन करते हुए भजते हैं.
I will read the next one. तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता
तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता
मृत्यु संसार सागरात्
मृत्यु संसार सागरात्
भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ
भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ
मय्यावेशित चेतसाम्.
मय्यावेशित चेतसाम्. हे अर्जुन, उन मुझ में चित्त लगाने वाले प्रेमी भक्तों का मैं शीघ्र ही मृत्यु रूप संसार समुद्र से उद्धार करने वाला होता हूँ.
But those who worship me, renouncing all actions in me, regarding me as supreme, meditating on me with single pointed yoga, for those whose minds are set on me, I become ere long, O Partha, the deliverer from the ocean of the death-bound samsara.
Yeah, so इसमें भगवान the 7th श्लोक पे we'll go to 6th one. The biggest problem all we have is संसार. There is a confusion about संसार कि इस संसार की इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स है, हाउ डू आई कम आउट ऑफ दिस? ओके, वन आंसर भगवान ऑलरेडी सेड देयर इज अ सिस्टम वर्किंग. सो भगवत गीता वाले, अब इफ वन हु हैज डन भगवत गीता स्टडी, he or she should not have any confusion about this, because there is a system working. Bhagavan has already said many times. So I'm helping you to understand that system. I'm not partaking. There is a shlok in 5th chapter. Bhagavan says, "Na kartratvam na karmani lokasya sajati prabhu. Na karma phal sanyogam sabhavastu pravartate." Sabhavastu means there is a nature, there is a system working. And Prabhu means the Bhagavan. Bhagavan doesn't partake into your, aapka jo kar. So there is a quote by, I think, Swami Dayanandji or someone, I remember that. He said, Bhagwan is nothing but the formula. If you write Bhagwan equal to law of karma, and very nicely he said, Bhagwan is nothing, is law of karma. So everything is working, and Bhagwan has designed that law of karma, but everything is based on that. Only thing you can if you understand that, you will have less problem in the sansar. So यहाँ पर ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि वो बोट लेके आएंगे, बोलेंगे चलो मैं संसार सागर से आपको पार लगा देता हूँ. That's what he doesn't mean. Physically you are sitting in the boat and going across is not, that is imagination of people. लोग सोचते हैं, but Bhagwan is saying, I'll help you in this sense, right? Nachirad, शीघ्र means immediately. Immediately in the sense, the day you got understand, you're done. That's what he says. Immediate one, Bhagavan says, एक ही बार समझ में आना. Like when we learn swimming, you learn swimming only once. Once you learn swimming, you learn forever. It's like that. You don't have to learn swimming again and again. So same thing. एक बार वो समझ में आना, लेकिन कौन है वो? भगवान says, आवेशित चेतसाम, जिसने में the consciousness, completely the consciousness, Aveshit means the charge with Bhagwan's that understanding. person who has got this understanding can very easily overcome the problem of sansar. And problem of sansar क्या है? राग द्वेष, सुख दुख, all those, these are problem of sansar. So Bhagwan says, but उसके पहले वाले श्लोक कहते हैं, who are those people? Mat para. I think we, at the end of this 11th chapter also, Bhagwan used that word. Mat para means those who are not here surrendered. Sometimes English translation is surrendered. It's not surrendered, it is committed. Convinced that, yes, what Bhagwan is saying or Bhagavad Gita is saying, it is true. That conviction should be there, Shraddha. Otherwise, I keep reading or keep listening to the messages, but if I am not convinced, I still have a doubt, then that is not going to change my character or my consciousness or my elevation. भगवान ने माम बोला है, यहाँ पर कई बार ट्रांसलेशन करते हैं सगुण, बट लेट्स सगुण निर्गुण डजंट मैटर. जो अनन्येन मीन्स अनडिवाइडेड अटेंशन. The people who are, and again this, and then yogena dhyayanta, dhyan means dhyan. So it comes back to meditation, right? We have to be in the meditative state of mind all the time. That's it. This shlok, I mean, we can interpret many ways, but the goal here is that once we understand, once I know swimming forever. Once I know driving forever. So exactly, जिस दिन मुझे समझ में आ गया कि this is correct, ये संसार अपने आप चल रहा है, my role, शेक्सपियर वाली बात है, this world is a stage, script is written, you are a player, every player has a role on a stage. When your role will come, you will come. When role is over, you will out of stage. Shakespeare has the whole poem written like that. Exactly here. So, but that conviction we should have कि ये सब ठीक ही चल रहा है. हमारी प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि the moment it is not good with me, I am disturbed. अरे ये सब बेकार है, like भगवान ये सब कुछ नहीं होता है, because I am disturbed. So there is a saying that सुख और दुख दोनों से जो परे है वो ज्ञानी है और वही भक्त है. अगर सुख दुख में है तो हम ज्ञानी और भक्त गीता के हिसाब से और हमारे शास्त्र के हिसाब से हो ही नहीं सकते आप, बिकॉज यू आर स्टिल, एंड ऑफ कोर्स सुख एंड दुख आर द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ अहंकार, ईगो. अहंकार मीन्स देह बद्भिर भवात. भगवान ने श्लोक में बोला ना, ये जो देह बद्भिर हैं, जो हम लोग हैं, जो दोज आर फोकस्ड ऑन बॉडी, फॉर देम इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डू सगुण निर्गुण. कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते हो, सगुण भी नहीं कर सकते हैं वो. लगता है हम लोग देखते हैं मंदिरों में पूजा हो रही है, बट उनका मन पूजा में भी वहाँ भी नहीं है, क्योंकि उसको अपने देह की ज़्यादा चिंता है. सो भगवान सेज कि द कष्ट इज देह बद्भिर. हम लोग वी आर बॉडी सेंट्रिक, बॉडी फोकस पीपल, एंड दैट्स द रीजन. सो बट भगवान सेज इफ यू अनन्य, अगर इफ यू अनडिवाइडेड अटेंशन, let the world be aside when I sit in puja or dhyan, when I am in anything, puja, कोई भी पूजा हो, even walking, doing the, अगर आप घूमने जा रहे हैं, हमारे चिद्दू जे कृष्णमूर्ति तो बोलते हैं, when you are walking, you are just walking. Don't even analyze, don't judge things. Today is a sunny day, yesterday was not sunny. Just walk. That's what we have to do. Like observationless observation is like that. There are typical words. That's what Bhagwan is saying. उन लोगों का, Bhagwan says, ऐसे आवेशित चित्त, आवेशित means charged with this particular the ध्यान state of mind. नचिरात मृत्यु संसार सागरात समुद्धरता. नचिरात immediately हो जाता है. मैं करता हूँ नहीं होता है. I mean, he is not going to come individually and do that, but it happens. So with that, we go to 8th slok, which is good, and then we can we can stop here. So 8th slok is one very important slok, because that's where Bhagwan is giving 6th, 7th के बाद 8th को थोड़ा सा और elevate कर रहे हैं उस understanding को. Yeah. मय्येव मन आधत्स,
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व,
मयि बुद्धिम निवेशय,
मयि बुद्धिम निवेशय,
निवसिष्यसि मय्येव,
निवसिष्यसि मय्येव,
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः,
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. मुझ में मन को लगा और मुझ में ही बुद्धि को लगा, इसके उपरांत तू मुझ में ही निवास करेगा, इसमें कुछ भी संशय नहीं है।
Fix your mind on me alone. Place your intellect in me. You shall then, no doubt, live in me alone henceforth.
Yeah, so there is a very beautiful word used, nivesh. Nivesh is a Sanskrit word which is, if we translate into भारत में बहुत यूज होता है निवेश, अभिनिवेश, निवेश, investment or investing into something. So now Bhagavan is saying, Mai buddhim niveshaya. And man adhatsa. Man and buddhi, there are two things, two instruments, we all know that, right? And we do, हम लोग जब ध्यान भी करते हैं तो the goal is to quieten the mind. And the mind and buddhi do work together. So हमारा सारा खेल मन और बुद्धि का है. हम लोग जो भी करते हैं मन बुद्धि से. So भगवान is saying कि you are investing your mind, the thoughts, and buddhi means the power of intellect. In the entire दुनिया की सब चीज़ों में, why don't you invest in me? बालस्तावत् क्रीडा सक्ता, तरुणस्तावत् तरुणी सक्ता, वृद्धा तावत् चिंता सक्ता, गोविंदे कोपी न सकता. सकता मीन्स द इन्वेस्टमेंट. वो बचपन में खेल खिलौने में यू आर प्लेइंग, इन्वेस्टिंग योर टाइम एंड बुद्धि इन द प्ले टॉयज एंड एवरीथिंग. व्हेन यू आर यंग यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन द एंटरटेनमेंट एंड जॉय. यू आर ओल्ड यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन योर बॉडी. और बीमार हो गए और शिवपाल जी का बोर्ड लगा, चलो स्कैनिंग कराते हैं. लाइक वी आर ऑल वी आर इन्वेस्टिंग अवर टाइम. भगवान से व्हाट अबाउट गोविंद? And that is the reason we have to do Swadhyaya. That is the reason what we are doing. That is the reason probably Bhakti movement, Prabhupada, I mean, I respect him a lot because जो उन्होंने किया है, nobody has done in the world. I tell you, nobody has done in the world like that. That's the reason he came here, because that was the hippie movement that time and people needed. He didn't come for that particular purpose, but probably that was a divine call. And how many lives he has changed. So, because he thought that people should invest in, there is a recorded interview. He was in San Francisco, and there were a lot of the homeless people were there, and one person came to that, I want to get initiated. So some people said, no, I mean, you cannot give initiation to everyone, like they are like homeless or what. So Prabhupada asked him that, you know Krishna? And he said, yes. So he said, who is Krishna? He said, God. Okay, good. Who are you? He said, I am servant of God. He said, okay, you can be initiated. That's it. Maya veshita chetsam, mayi buddhim nivesha, invest in me. The whole word bhakti, last time we talked about, it has come from root word called bhaj. Bhaj means two things. Bhaj means to serve. Serve means सेवा. भजन उसी से आया है. भगवान की सेवा ही करना, भजन करना. To serve or to share. So bhakti mein you are sharing with Bhagwan or you are serving Bhagwan. So he said, yeah, I am Bhagwan's servant. He said, you deserve to be a bhakt. And he initiated him. ऐसे बहुत लोगों को किया उन्होंने. But look at this, such a simple way. That's what Bhagwan is saying. मय्येव मन आदत्स मयि बुद्धिम निवेश. Invest in me. वो हम लोगों ने last time we talked, Life Insurance Corporation of India has that, right? योगक्षेम वहामि हम. The whole the shlok is like अनन्येव चिन्तयन्तो ये माम जना पर्युपासते तेषाम नित्य अभियुक्ता नाम योगक्षेम वाहाम्यहम. The people who life insurance says, you invest in us, we'll take care of your life. They took the exactly shlok as it is. That's what Bhagavan is saying. Invest in me, you will have nifsisasi mayyeva at urdham na sanshaya. Then you will always, I'll always be with you. You will never be separated from me. And in simple terms, I personally feel that, right? Not being separated from Bhagwan means I have abhayam. हम 16 चैप्टर में जब जाएंगे तो पहली क्वालिटी भगवान ने बताई. फर्स्ट, एक्चुअली ये प्रभुपाद का नाम ही अभय था. एसी वेदांत लिखते ना, अभय चरण दास, चरण दे भक्ति वेदांत. सो फर्स्ट क्वालिटी भगवान से अभयम, निर्भय. और तुलसी भरोसे राम के निर्भय होके सोए, होनी तो होके रहे अनहोनी ना होए. भक्त जो है वो, उसको पता है सिस्टम अपने आप काम कर रहा है. मैं तो राम का नाम लेके सो जाता हूँ. तुलसी भरोसे नाम के निर्भय होके सोए. नहीं, जो होगा होगा, जो होना हो तो होना ही है. दैट इज भक्त कैन से. तुलसीदास जी कैन से भी कोई भक्त, भरोसा भगवान का, सो गए. भगवान की इच्छा होगी सुबह उठेंगे, नहीं होगी तो नहीं उठेंगे। कितना डिफिकल्ट है, बोलना आसान है। So Bhagwan, that is called nivesh, मुझ में. So Bhagwan is saying, nivsishyasi mayyeva. Then you are always with me. You are invested in me. Nivsishyasi means invested. Invested means एक बार आपने invest कर दिया means forever that life insurance policy is there. Artha urdham, there is no doubt, Arjun, in that. So I think that's the whole crux of bhakti. We'll continue with next time. Nine shlok mein there is another option, but so we'll stop here. And Lakshman ji last time said कि we'll use Lakshman ji आज है नहीं, but still Naveen bhai also suggested. So maybe last 10 minutes we'll just go over some of the things, some thoughts others can have. But we'll do our dhyan. We'll sit in dhyan, not do dhyan. We'll sit in dhyan. We'll be in dhyan, and then we'll spend last 10 minutes, take some thought on this topic. But we'll stop here with the story. Uh, the ocean have waves, and then some waves are big waves, some are small waves. As a पूरे time waves are coming and going. So there is a little wave. She is little worried. ये क्या चक्कर है, कभी बड़े कभी छोटे जाते हैं, कभी बड़े जाते हैं, कभी होते हैं, कभी नहीं होते हैं. What is my identity? Like, what is that? I mean, I have no choice. I need to find out. And she was struggling to find out that what is my identity. कभी छोटे कभी बड़े हैं. Sometimes people are enjoying, sometimes I am not there, right? No, people cannot take picture. I'm not there. So she was struggling. So there is an old wave, grandfather wave जो थी, उसने बोला बेटा don't struggle. He said, no, I want to know who am I. He said, it's very simple. You are nothing but ocean, and ocean is nothing but water. There is no ocean also. We are all water. That's the only thing you have to find out. Don't try to find out who am I. You just find out that are you water. Once you come to know, and then the story goes that we have tried and say, oh, you're all water, you are water, I am water, ocean, everything is just water. He said, that's it. So once you discover you are water, the discovery ends. The whole agitation ends because everything is water. So that's what Bhagwan says. इस संसार में कुछ भी अलग नहीं है. We are also Bhagwan. Bhagwan is also Bhagwan. Everything around is Bhagwan. That's what Bhagavad Gita, whole 7th chapter to 11th chapter, we saw that. And now Bhagwan says, it's so easy. It's easy to invest. Karna bhi kya? Invest. Only investment is drop that I am separate. And that was Arjun's problem. Bhagwan, Arjun's problem was that I am going to kill my Guruji. Well, there is no Guruji, Arjun. We are all part of this, right? You are thinking you are separate from Bhishma. You are thinking you're, and that's the conflict you have. Your conflict is not to fight or not fight. Your conflict is you're confused. Bhagavan says everything is working as a system. Just be part of it. Whatever is assigned to you, script is given to you, play your role and be happy. And that's what I think this part of Bhagavan is saying. We'll continue. Next time we'll meet the ninth chapter, ninth slok. We'll do just few minutes of, we'll sit in our dhyan and then rest remaining maybe 8 or 10 minutes. We'll hear from others what they think about bhakti. This is a very nice topic actually. So let's do same again, sit in dhyan. And in fact, I told you, like, I did dhyan in my office, and I got a lot of feedback, and they recorded and shared with a lot of people in the company, and I got some few good comments that we are enjoying. I said, this is the investment, right? Do the investment and enjoy, right? Nivsishyasi mayyeva. Then I'll remain in you. So this time is our investment, right? So again, same thing. As we mature in Bhagavad Gita, we will have more joy in this state of mind. I mean, we don't call it meditation, doing, but being in that meditative state. So we'll say, I mean, ideally you can say Om 6 times. It helps to activate the vagus nerve. But when we say Om, take a deep breath, diaphragmic breathing, because that helps to the sympathetic nervous system to more active. Yeah. which cools down the mind. Om. Om. Keep the focus on the tip of the nostril and think of Prithvi Tattva. Prithvi is outside also, Prithvi is inside me also, because we are made of Panch Tattva, as 7th chapter Bhagavan says, right? So we are Prithvi inside, we are Prithvi outside. Shift focus to the tip of the tongue and think of Jal Tattva. Same, Jal is outside also, Jal is inside. We are made of Jal. For us, Varun Devta. Now shift focus to the eyes and think of Agni Tattva, which could be Surya Bhagwan or Diya, anything which is source of energy or source of illumination. Keep the focus on eyes and think of Agni Tattva. Agni is outside, Agni is inside also. Now shift focus to the skin and feel the Vayu Tattva. We cannot see, we cannot touch, but we can feel Vayu on the skin. So Vayu is outside, Vayu is inside. So shift focus to the ears and hear the sound. We can feel the space through sound. So if we hear sound, that means there is a space around us and of course a space inside us. So we are made of all these Panch Tattva. By doing this, actually I was reading that one of the article in Health Journal, and they say that this technique, I didn't know, but when I read, I thought, oh, our Rishi is very smart. This technique is nothing but DTT, they call it distress tolerance therapy, because you're making your senses strong. And that's what Bhagavan says, Tanstitikshasu Bharat. Now, when we do this, all the senses are quiet, mind is quiet, and buddhi is quiet. That's what Bhagavan is saying, man adatsa buddhi niveshaya. When buddhi and mind quiet, then the reflection of Sakshi Chaitanya, which is my Swarup behind the reflection comes on the buddhi and mind, or of course all senses. And that's what Bhagavan is saying, Nivshisyasi Mayyev. Atma means Sakshi Atma means Bhagavan itself. So Bhagavan says, I'm already in you. It's just a matter of discovering it through this process. Mayyev manadatsa mayi buddhim niveshaya. That's what we are doing, right? And then Bhagavan says in the Gita 6th chapter, then do the Brahma Vichar. Brahma Vichar means dhyana of Om, chanting of Om, or just image of Bhagavan or Gayatri Mantra, anything, which is keeping the focus on Brahman. Or if we reach to the higher state, which is Arup Brahman or Nirakar, just with the image of Brahman inside, with no Akar. Doesn't matter, Akar or Nirakar. And then Bhagavan says, Yukta Asit Matpara. Stay in that state. As Matpara means surrender to that state. Convince in that state. Stay in that state as long as possible. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Boli Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai. Hari Om. Yeah, so we'll keep few minutes. We have still 8 or 10 minutes. So if anybody wants to, I mean, like we are going through Bhakti Yoga. Let's if anybody wants to share their thoughts or any additional thought or the joy. I mean, it's not about we're just learning. We are enjoying also. So yeah, I mean, Shipalji, Nain Bhai, anyone, anything you think which
I have listened to you many times, so I'm just gonna say a couple of things, which I think makes it easy for us to understand. This, bhakti, the way it is called out here is word upasana is used here, so I think we have to remember that this is a mental, devotion. Basically, it's not a ritualistic devotion, is not what is referenced here. And then Sagun and Nirgun or Akshar Brahma is what this
Yeah.
is saying is the best way to do it, but it's difficult, is what is pointed out. So, when you go through this chapter, you will notice, and I think which is what you explained in the verses 6, 7, and 8, which are very significant, because it is difficult for us to imagine Akshar Brahma and do the Upasana, because, being attached to body, our mind is going to run around. So that's not possible. So you don't abandon that. Then you start the next ladder, which you go down, and that next ladder, which you explained, is consider Bhagwan as totality, Ishwar or totality, or even, what you want to call is in 11th chapter, Vishwarup.
Vishnu.
Everything is God, basically. So that, that stage you can do it, and then you do the Niskam Bhakti. You pointed out that chapter 9, 21 verse, So if you do the Niskam Bhakti, and there are like 6, 7, and 8 verses, which gives you the step and
Yeah.
qualification.
Right. Yeah.
So, you would read that stage. And, as you go on from 9, 10, and 11, one grade lower type of bhakti is what is explained. So, this is
Yeah. Next few
such a
slokas.
beautiful way. And, ultimately in the 11th chapter, if you can't do anything, just do this,
Yeah.
and that is so
That's it.
amazing.
Yeah. I know.
I
It's
tell you, this chapter, and because of you, I have listened to you many times.
yeah.
This
Right.
chapter has become my favorite chapter
I
also.
know this idea. This is and Prabhupada's example is very simple. We can see in America, right? He exactly did what his chapter says to people who are nothing to do with anything, right? They were not born Hindus. They never had any background, but just whatever is written in this chapter, he has used it. Just invest. वो लोगों के पास आते थे क्या करें? Just say Hare Krishna. So that's yeah,
Yes.
Riva, you're saying something.
Yeah, I wanted to say a little bit about bhakti. Bhakti, quite often, in a literally meaning, I think it is misunderstood. It's a status of mind where by emotion or emotionally you are attached or you have union with God. So reading does not really bring out much of that kind of a emotional feeling or the union with the God. But if you listen to some of those bhajan or if you start singing yourself, and you mentioned several times about Prabhupada, he gave only one thing, Hare Krishna,
Yeah,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And that
yeah,
chanting is so put you in such an emotional condition whereby you are actually in a union with ultimate. That's why you have seen them dancing and jumping and all of those things. You can do it because they don't think I mean, I have seen and I have been to this our Moundsville several times in early days. In early morning, 4 o'clock morning, Aarti, when they do it, almost for 40 minutes to
yeah.
50
They are there.
minutes,
Yeah.
they
They are not
dance.
there. Yeah, they are not there. Yeah. They are with Bhagwan. It's like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They are strictly with Bhagwan.
Yeah.
So initially, when I started, obviously, we were observing what, so we were not doing anything. Then I say, well, yeah, if you have to do, you have to start dancing like those little kids start dancing when they see something and just keep up on jump and dine like that. So that is what the bhakti is. Bhakti is nothing but union with ultimate.
Yeah.
And the most easiest way to do it, because you emotionally get attached to it, then you forget yourself.
Yeah.
You don't really remember your body.
Yeah. There's a connection, right? So if you remember that Simone Biles, who was that gymnast in last
Gymnastic
Olympic,
girl, yeah.
she came out of the tournament for one or two games, and I was reading her interview. she said, I went back and I did some meditation. Because what she explained, the gymnast, when you are taking that somersault or whatever they call it,
Right.
that time you have to detach yourself from the body. And the reason I missed it, she fell, because I got connected to my body. I became body conscious. And I was reading, I said, wow, that's what they're saying. Like, you have to raise yourself from the body consciousness. Then only you can do that. Body conscious people, you cannot take 10 like somersault and jump. And that's what देह वद्भिर्वाप्यते. अगर देह में है तो आप भजन भी नहीं कर सकते हो, क्योंकि फिर आपको चिंता है कि मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ, मेरे को ऐसा बैठा हूँ. भजन में तो यू आर बियॉन्ड देह. So yeah, right. Body consciousness is sometimes drag us. Yeah.
I highly recommend everybody that, now at this age, you are mostly by yourself in your whatever room where you are doing the prayer or anything. Just to pick up one or two bhajan and sing loudly enough. And you will notice yourself after maybe
Yeah.
few days, you are no longer yourself
Exactly.
while singing.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, Shripaji, you were saying something, right?
So my question was, how do we put Shraddha and Bhakti? So only if you have Shraddha, does that equivalent or get? I mean, I'm trying to phrase this question, but so I'm just trying to see what is the correlation between Shraddha and Bhakti.
These are like, see, again, these terms are there. If we can bifurcate, then but Shraddha means the dharana in Shrat. Shrat means truth. So if you say Bhakti is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm convinced that truth is the only way. That is Shraddha. And Bhakti is the same thing. You're convinced that Bhagwan is that's what if today's description when I wrote, it says that me means Bhagwan, Satya. So I'm convinced that Satya is the means, Satya is the goal. There is no separate means and goals. And that is Bhakt.
So that's what I was thinking when we were talking about the manifest and unmanifest form. If we have Shraddha, then there is no question about those two
Yeah,
forms,
but that's
right?
the problem.
Then,
We don't have that, right? I do darshan, but I know I'm not doing darshan. I don't believe. You mandir mein, there was in one of the temple in Ahmedabad, this happened. Like the terrorists, they came, and they were like congregation was sitting, and everyone was listening to pravachan. मंदिर था वो, और उसके बाद वो अंदर घुस गए और उन्होंने बोला, आई मीन दिस इज अ ट्रू थिंग, राइट? द प्रवचन जो स्वामी जी का, उन्होंने बोला, स्वामी जी अब आंख बंद करो आप. आंख बंद कर ली. नाउ दे सेड they had the gun in their hands. Anybody who has Shraddha, they can stay here and we are going to start firing. और you तो उन्हें बाद में उन्हें आँख खोली आप तो सब जा चुके थे लोग. जैसे उन्होंने कहा ये आपके श्रद्धालु बैठे थे. So it is like that कि श्रद्धा है तो फिर then there is no question of कि ये सही होगा या नहीं होगा. It is जो भगवान की इच्छा होगी वो होगा. But that conviction. तो या वो नाम अलग अलग है, श्रद्धा भक्ति, but basically they are the same thing. Yeah, different terms used people, but there is nothing much like difference in that. So yeah, good. I mean, we will continue with this. This is a wonderful chapter, and then we'll have more to come. Yeah, but इसके बाद भगवत गीता खत्म भी हो सकती थी. 12th के बाद बाकी सब फिर इंडिपेंडेंट चैप्टर है, मतलब उसमें थोड़ा हायर लेवल का है, बट दिस कैन सील द टीचिंग कि भगवान बोला, मैंने तू कौन है बता दिया, मैं कौन हूँ बता दिया, हम दोनों का रिलेशन क्या बता दिया, ये नाउ यू डू इट, राइट? So we'll see, but we'll continue, right? Okay, so this Sunday we have Vidya Mandir program. If you are free, please come to Mandir. It's Saturday 4 to 7 in Hindu Jain temple. Nice. So please, if you are free, please come to temple 4 to 7. Yeah, 4:30 to 7. Okay. Chaliye, then we'll meet next week then. Yeah. Anything else, Naveen?